right. So how are you? Let me know how you've been. What you up to? What's going on?
I've been wonderful. This year has just been amazing to me so far. I had this interview with you. We started Cypher Sundays back, and I have a feature this weekend. So I'm starting the year off right. So I'm really excited.
I'm excited for that. I'm so happy that this year's going good for you. Yeah, for me, the same thing too, actually. I'm getting myself out of my comfort zone. I'll be going to PA sometime in April. I have a feature that'll be announced soon, and then I'm also gonna be networking at Poet Palooza on the 6th. Then I got something going on in why was not letting me pin this comment? Oh, here we go. And then I also have something going on in May. So, I'm little by little things are going looking good. I was able to do this whole paid partnership shit going through finally. But no, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. So this year's been an interesting year. I think what it is, like depending on the time of day, like it'll be like let's say it's 9 o'clock, but it feels like it's 10. But then it's like, oh, it's only 9:05. Like what the hell's going on? But you know what? Maybe I like it slow because then it gives me more time to do whatever. I guess I don't know.
That's true. It's never enough hours in the day.
Amen. So for everyone that is here, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone's having a great, delightful night. So we're gonna start with this. The first question I always ask everybody: how did poetry start for you? Did you find it? Did it find you? Let us know.
Ooh, I love this question. So, poetry literally runs through my veins. My grandmother writes poetry, and she taught it to me when I was 9 years old. And if you notice, my name is spelled Tierrah. That's actually Harriet backwards, which is my grandmother's name. And
Ooh.
she's the one who instilled this in me. So 9 years old, all the way up until the age I am now, which is 33. Yeah, it's been taught to me, and we like this now.
I never even noticed that. It spells Harriet backward. Oh, wow. Okay, okay. Wow, I love that. But what was it about the poetry that fascinated you? It was just the curiosity, or is it just what she wrote, her words? Like, what was it exactly about it?
It was something like when she taught it to me, it was just something that I really resonated with, because I sucked at math. I wasn't um athletic or anything. So writing to me just came second nature. It was just like breathing to me. And I was very shy growing up, so I felt like I couldn't really articulate the way I feel like I should, but writing it down, I write better than I speak. And I'm able to get like all my emotions out. So to be able to just put it in that format and it just be so freeing to me, yeah, it's like breathing to me.
Wow. Wow. No, I love that. I love how you say it's like breathing. Yeah, because I think you know what it is too. I think what, and especially with us minorities, I think like we don't always have a voice where we can speak all the time. And I feel like when we write everything down on a piece of paper, then we look at it, not only does it wows us, but it's also like there's this suppressed feeling that we don't know how to describe it, but it's there. And when it's released, it's kind of like, oh wow, okay. For me, I feel like it's a weight lifted off the shoulder.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's a form of therapy.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
form of therapy. I've tried therapy talking with other people. And like I said, I write better than I speak. So poetry is therapeutic for me. It's for me to just get my emotions just out there. So I love it. So thank you, Grandma.
Right. See, but I love that though. Like it was past thought. So I guess you could say yeah. So you said that it runs through your blood and all that. So I think it's like poetry was always around. Kind of like, I guess that's how it kind of was for me too. Because when I was growing up, my father always wrote a lot. So something about the curiosity, what I just want to write just because he's writing, but I didn't know what the hell I was writing. And then later on, it just became a thing. So I love the fact that your grandmother inspired you, your mother, it's like she was passing the torch that no matter what happens, it still ran within the family. Like, I love that. So was there a particular piece that your grandmother wrote that really expanded your mind? Like, how did that look like for you?
Oh man. So with my grandmother, she wrote a lot about Black history because she grew up in the Jim Crow era. So a lot of
Mm,
her poems were geared towards that. And so just poems like that, just kind of learning about the history because, I can't imagine, the stuff that she's seen, growing up in that era. So it really just intrigued me to just learn about, the history. So it's
mm.
yeah, so that was her main form of writing. It's just kind of painting that picture of what life was back then.
Wow. Wow. See, 'cause I don't know too much about that. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I love when I hear that. A lot of people I've spoken to, like, there's always that history that I feel like it's kind of fading away in a sense where it's like they're trying to act like it never happened. And I love the fact that, like you would say, like she always painted the picture. No, this is what it looked like for me, this is what it looked like for a lot of us. But the fact that we could put it into words, and however that speaks to you is however it speaks to you. But there's the notion that no, we're not going to forget. And I think even in Hispanic culture too, it seems like they're trying to, like, sweep it underneath the rug, kind of like, oh, we're gonna act like it didn't exist, and it's like, no, we need to know that stuff. Like I'll be honest with you, I don't really know much about my Spanish heritage. I'll be honest with you. It's not that I don't care. It's just I just don't know where to begin, I guess you can say. But I know it's there, and I think what it is, and I think it's very important to know that stuff so you know where, like, I guess the bloodline, pun intended, like there's the bloodline that runs through the family. And so much respect for you for that and your grandmother because of that. Um, what do you, so I guess my question is to, what do you say is the greatest thing for you as far as poetry? Like, how has that helped you evolve over time?
Oh man, it's really like helped me to break out of my shell. Like I was shy before, but now, oh my gosh, it's really helped me confidence wise. And when I go to these open mics, I have people come up to me and was like, I needed to hear that. So not only am I freeing myself, but I'm freeing somebody else who might have gone through the same situation I have. So it's very rewarding. It's very rewarding. I love it.
Wow. So what is it about? Because I feel like I'm still exploring the whole breaking out of my shell because I'm not used to, like, again, like this is different because we're virtual, but to do it like when I did my first in-person open mic, it was kind of scary for me because I was just like, oh snap. It's one thing to host one, but to be a part of was like, okay, wait. So I'm learning right now as we speak. So when you did your first open mic and that because there's already that sense of uncomfortability you're feeling once you're on that stage on the microphone. So can you explain to me how that breaking of the shell looks like? Because I know it's not gonna be like, okay, here I am. I know there's this slow, like okay, I'm gonna do, like can you explain that to me? How did that look like?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I love telling people this story. So I did a poetry competition when I was in high school. Um, and it was me and my other friend, a friend that I had in class, and she participated with me. So to have somebody there with you was like okay, and we made it to the finals. But my mom was like, okay, that was a competition. Now I want you to see what it's like to go to an open mic. So we went to this place called Almond Roz in Tallahassee, and they had a group called the Black and Black Rhyme Poetry Troupe. And the host came up to me and he was like, "Do you know any poems by heart?" And in my mind, I was like, okay, yeah, I do. I know about 2 poems by heart, not knowing that it was a setup, right? So after the
Mm.
regulars went, all I hear is, "Okay, we got a newcomer, y'all. Y'all give it up for Tierrah." I'm like, wait, hold the hell on. I didn't sign up for this. Like, what? And he literally stopped the show and he was like, "I'm not starting the show back up until you get back on that stage." So it was like, you
Mm.
know how a bird just got to get kicked out the nest? That's what happened to me.
Wow.
And so when I got on stage, when I tell you, Andy, I was shaking like a baby deer. I was so scared. The lights were bright, like it was just everything. Like my mom was there, my grandmother was there, my dad was there. At this point, I was like, okay, who set this up? But when I got on
Mm.
that stage, it was like spirit just took over. And it was an out of
Mm.
body experience. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. And I went and did those poems back to back. And after I got off the stage, my mom was like, "Girl, where the hell did that come from?" I said, "I don't know. I surprised myself."
Mm.
But that was my first experience. Like, official open mic was, you got to get out there and do it. So it took that push. And after the show, another person came up to me and said, "When the years go by, your poems are going to have more substance." And I took that
Mm.
with me, and that night changed my life. I was 17 years old, and I'm still doing open mics to this day. That
Wow.
moment changed my life.
That I love that. Yo, that's great. It was kind of like I feel like God was connecting the dots together because I feel like, he knows you were made for more, you were made to have a voice, and he used certain elements to make that happen. It's so crazy to think like, oh shit, like this is like wow. Wow. That's damn. Wow. Wow. Yo,
Sometimes
hold on.
come
I
out
gotta
my
process
soul.
this because that is insane. Like,
Right?
yo, wow. See, but
It
that's
was
very
amazing.
inspiring because talking about getting someone out the comfort zone, like that's really getting out the comfort zone. Like, it's like saying, like, okay, I'm gonna throw you in the pool and sharks, go swim. I was like, "Dude, what? No, like, what are you talking about? Because for me, I feel like that's kind of how it was for me in the things of God. Like when I gave my life to the Lord, it was kind of like certain. I never really got a chance to really dip my foot in the water. It was kind of like I was just pushed there, and I feel like there were sharks around me. I guess that's the best way to describe that. And I'm like, okay, you must think I can handle this because like it's bothering me, but it ain't bothering me as much. But still, like, oh, what the hell? So I feel like in that same way with you, that's how it started. That's how it happened for you. It's like, nah, you got this, you got this. And then, like you said,
Exactly.
the spirit took over you, and it's like, wow, that is. So talk to me about that sigh of relief. Okay, you did your open mic. Okay, I'm not on the stage anymore. Can you run me through that feeling, the aftermath, what you felt, what you were going through your mind? Like, what did that really look like for you? Because that is interesting.
So I was just in awe. I was in awe. I was surprised that I did it. I felt like it was like, damn the kiddie pool. No, I'm about to push you off this diving board. And it
Mm,
just made me think, okay, here I am, this shy girl. I keep my poems in my journal. I don't want to really share like that with everybody, but it was like he saw something in me that I didn't see within myself. He
mm,
saw my potential. And for him to say, your poems are going to have more substance, I took
mm,
that to heart. And it was like, this man doesn't know me from a can of paint. He's not family, but he spoke life into me.
mm,
Somebody
mm,
that I've met for the very first time saw my potential, even when I didn't see it within myself, and
mm,
said, "You got this." I'd stop my show for you to get up on the
mm.
stage.
Yo, he
That,
prophesied over your life. That's what he
right?
did. He gave you the
Right?
only prophecy. Are you kidding me? Yo, that is awesome. I love stories like that. Oh man, and to think that I really feel like that's the motivation you needed. That was the confirmation you needed. That God said, "All right, this is what's gonna happen, and then you're gonna transcend." And I feel like just knowing you for the time I've known you now has proven that. So with that being, wait, do you by any chance still remember the piece you read? That's my question.
I do not, and I'm so heartbroken because I was 17, so I had my journal. It got lost. You know how you move and then you like lose certain pieces of like furniture or like some important papers. That's what happened. So I'm heartbroken.
Oh my God, got you. So for those who are just joining us, we're highlighting Tierrah Nicole. We're highlighting her life. We're highlighting her poetry, how it all started. Thank you for coming into the room. What's going on, everybody? All gang, gang. That's just star misdemeanors here. So if you're just joining in, we're just doing this interview live. For those who don't know and might not be familiar with your work like that, give us an example. Give us a sample of your work. I mean, I do have a request. But I don't know if you want to do this now. We can do it later. But I'd like to
Okay.
hear Mask Off. That's actually one of my favorite pieces from you.
Mask off? Okay, I got you. I could definitely do that one. All right. So let's see. You want to go ahead and do that one now?
If you want, we could do later, or maybe get another piece in mind, and then we do that. It's up to you. But I know before the night's over, I definitely have that as a request.
I got you, Andy. I can definitely do that one. And after I do that piece, then I can give you the backstory on that because that's kind of interesting too.
Awesome. I'd love to hear.
Let me get my glasses. All right, here we go. So this is Mask Off for y'all you wrestling fans out there. My mask is off and I'm naked. Because when I had the mask on, I felt like I was faceless. But I gave myself a facelift once I got on this path of greatness. I was a ghost in a shell who couldn't escape this mental hell in the cell. And I wore the mask to run from my past, had to force a smile with a fake ass laugh. And putting on this facade had me feeling like a character that was being built in the gaming system. And I was lacking the wisdom to just face off with my demons. Don't know what I was thinking. I was a black mask to a red hood, faking it to making it and pretending everything was all good. I was lost behind that mask of mine, not knowing that I could be the mastermind and shape my life to my own design. And to hide the hurt, I would just brush it off like dirt. I want a quick fix, so I started seeking change in the fast lane without knowing how to put in the work. But now I know, so I took the mask off, and now I'm glowing like she go. I'm unstoppable. Anything with God can be possible. Mask off. I came a long way because I was a gym that carried all that weight to that fatal four-way that impeded my thoughts, which was an invasion of my privacy. They came with vengeance from day one, straight up Armageddon like Clash of the Champions, showing no mercy. But just wait for that judgment day, because it's definitely going to come with some extreme rules. And I may go through some Royal Rumble has, Clash of the Castle, but I'm done psyching myself out and filling my head with doubt. Mind over matter, so you best believe I'm claiming my crown jewel. I'm raw with this shit. And like Mickey D's, I'm loving it. Cause I'm in love with the self-improvement. Cause I went through an evolution. And it's time to get some restitution. Cause my mind was a battleground. Which caused me to have a mental breakdown. And I felt like there was no way out. My inner demons were kicking my ass every time and gaining their bragging rights. It was an insurrection of low self-esteem, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, and depression. And that fatal four-way was unforgiving. My emotions tried to get the best of me and bring me south to heaven like Damian Priest. It just felt like a bunch of real ripping riptides. So I showed up to fight for peace in my life. Cause it was all pain, no love that ruled. And my mood swings came swift, tailored just for me, so you know it's only bad blood between us. And like Neil say, I'm so sick of this shit because of all the drama they bring. So you damn right I'm getting the rain mask off. And I come fully loaded for that super showdown at that big event. Ain't no money in the bank. It's time to cash in, so shut up and put your money where your mouth is. It's going to be some TLC at the Survivor Series. My New Year's resolution for this SummerSlam is to get some payback for that emotional backlash. It's going to be a WrestleMania once I put my charm in the Elimination Chamber. And by the end of the day, I'm going to have a Universal title at Night of the Champions. I'm going to be the Rey Mysterio and do a 619 to get my inner demons to SmackDown mask off. So thankful to the Almighty for giving me the strength to Superman punch and spirit tackle my way through this inner peace so that I can reign supreme. I just spoke my piece and bam. This whole damn poem just got body slammed. The referee counts 1, 2, 3 as the bell rings, ding, ding, ding. And that winner is me.
Yo, yo, hold up, cause I'm having, ah, wow. As you can see, everyone, you see why this is my favorite piece from her. Wow. Oh man, okay. Woo! I gotta digest this because this is like, holy shit. So for those, yeah, if you're just joining us, guys, this is highlighting Tierrah Nicole's life, her poetry, and she just read Mask Off. Wow, 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 wow. That is, that's top notch, man. All right, so you got to give us the backstory because I'm a wrestling fan myself. So I just need to know where did this all came from? How did you like? Wow, how? Like this is wow.
So, me and my husband are wrestling fans. I used to watch it back in the early 90s and I stopped for a minute, but then after meeting him, he put me back on it. And he already knew that I did poetry, right? But he was like, I want to see how good you are. Because I keep hearing about you in these bars. So guess what? I'm about to write down 40 wrestling references. And he was like, I want you to put that in a poem. I was like, okay. And I did him one better. I did 52.
Mm.
And yes. So because wrestling it comes on Peacock and Hulu. So I was looking up like all the different ones that they had and I just incorporated into the poem. And he was like, it's his favorite piece now. It's
Wow.
his favorite piece and it's a crowd favorite. So shout out to my husband. Thank you. It's his favorite piece and when I go to open mics people already like be counting down with me like that's their shit like just
Oh,
yeah it's yeah so shout out to my husband for that he really inspired me to do that so he's definitely going to hear it in person too when he comes to my open mic.
wow. Damn. Yo, hold up, cause that is crazy. You said 40, but then you said no, I'll give you 52 references.
I did.
And you came damn. So wait, so but when you wrote this piece and finally put it together, like you just came up with it on the fly, like just like that?
It took me a couple days to do it did because I had to formulate
Okay.
like how I was going to like word it and stuff like that so yeah it took me a couple of days. But once I completed it, oh yeah. So he he wrote it down in my journal.
Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
Yep. Took me a couple of
Oh
days.
my God. You know what's crazy though? Because like, especially now, I feel like this is like the greatest time to be a wrestling fan, especially now, because with everything that's going on, I'm just like, okay, Cody Rhodes better finish the story because I'm gonna get pissed off if he doesn't. I'm gonna get pissed because
Oh my god. Yes, and the
because
fact that The Rock came back, like what?
yeah,
Oh my god.
he
And
did.
this made
He did Hollywood Rock, Versace Rock, Nation Domination Rock, like all together, and I'm just like, yo. But then, like, because I watched those little dirt sheets things too, so I do the whole. Okay, let me see. This is one guy I follow named JD from NY
uh-huh.
207. So he always talking about wrestling, and it's so interesting because those little Easter eggs, like when he was doing his promo, he was pointing at Roman Reigns, really kind of like, okay, wait, what's really going on? It's so crazy to think. I'm like, this is such a great time to be a wrestling fan. Oh my god! So speaking of wrestling, how did you get into the wrestling thing? Was it like somebody else was watching it and you became curious about it, or like how did that start for you?
Um I actually it's a very vague memory, but some my uncle and his friend actually took me to a wrestling match here in Jacksonville. I was very young. And then the guys, like the boys in my class, they used to talk about it. It was WCW versus NWO type, and
Hmm.
back then he had you had Undertaker, then you had China, then just like all the like old school,
Yeah.
the Rock with the yeah, you and then Kane, like just all the old school stuff. So I was very introduced to it like at a young age. And then
Mm.
I stopped watching it, and then once my husband did it, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna get back into it. But it
Mm.
started very young for me, even before I knew what the hell wrestling was.
Right,
It was
right.
just something that I was introduced to.
Wow. No, I get that. Because, you know, it's funny because my dad would watch wrestling too, but he was watching it since like Bruno Sammartino and like Hulk Hogan. Like, I mean, when I was growing up, he was there, but I didn't really pay attention too much until maybe mid 90s. I think my first wrestling match I ever saw like on TV, it was Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon at the ladder match. Like, that's when I first got into it. And that first ladder match, I was like, oh, did he just jump off the ladder like that? And even though Shawn Michaels lost the first one, but then they did the next one. Bret Hart with Owen Hart, I think is a very underrated wrestler, but Owen Hart was my guy, man. Like, him and Jeff Jarrett. I don't know why I like Jeff Jarrett back then, but that was like my dude. And then I saw the whole Attitude Era, Bret Hart. Yeah, like you said, WCW. So I remember all that. I did stop watching it after a while too, because I think once like the Invasion era thing happened, and I kind of got it. You know, I did see the John Cena like him involved, but like
Hmm.
after a while, I stopped watching for a little bit, and then I started watching TNA back then. Like that's when everybody started going to TNA, and I'm just like, oh, okay. But yeah, oh my god, wrestling's very interesting. I have to say because again, we could go on for days and stuff like that. But I think that's awesome though that got you into it. But as far as getting you back, like, what did that work the same way too? Like, he just got you back just to get you back, or was it something he was watching that gave you the intrigue again? Like, how did that happen for you?
So he is a bigger wrestling fan than I am. But I was like, so I'll catch him watching highlights and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. So one day I'm watching a match and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my god. So and then just to see the people that like Edge, like he's been wrestling forever. So to see him still in the game and stuff like that, I'm just like, what? And then Randy Orton and oh man, it was just like just seeing people that that I was used to seeing
Yeah,
like growing up and stuff. I was like, these still in here? So I went from watching highlights to actually now
yeah, especially
Monday Night
now.
Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. Yes, and then this weekend is going to be Elimination Chamber. So he took off the whole weekend for that. Like he has a whole agenda plan
Oh my
for
god!
us.
You know what it
For
is? Because they're gonna be in Perth, so it's gonna be at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, damn, that's
that.
kind of early for I'm like, who's getting up for that? Like, it's so crazy. I'm like,
Right?
I'll watch the replay after on Peacock later because that's great. I'm like, damn, bro, like I gotta wake
Yeah.
up at 5 in the morning for that. Like that's crazy.
And see, we gonna
Like
be
just
up.
oh
That's
my
why he.
god.
That's why he took the whole weekend off because he works overnight. So he would have still
Mm,
been at work had it came on. So he was like, "The hell with that! I'm not going to work. We are going to get our sleep and be up 4:30 so we can catch all this because we're just
god.
excited. Our favorite is Royal Rumble.
Mm,
That's our
mm,
favorite,
yeah,
which was
yeah.
Tampa. So yeah.
I was reading. I'm gonna read the comments a little bit because it's kind of funny. They were talking about Hell in the Cell. Bonita was saying she was watching it when the Bella Twins. I didn't watch it around that time. I knew they existed, but I kind of stopped after a while. I think women's wrestling back then was kind of like that mid 2010s. Like that was a weird time. But I think once AJ Lee came on, I think that's why I started intriguing CM Punk. And I remember CM Punk from back in the day from like the Indies. So when I found out, oh yeah, he's WWE champ, I'm like, get the what? That guy?
Right?
Like
He
everything.
came back.
I was like, yo. Yeah, I felt yeah. You know what's funny? My dad told me straight up it was fake, and even with Santa Claus, yeah, it's not real. I'm like, what the damn, bro? Like I'm like 9 years old. He told me, yeah, that's all fake, dude. I'm like, thanks.
Damn, there goes my imagination. Like,
Exactly. But I love the play the video game because I'll create my own characters and everything like that. I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this one. And there's these like CAW leagues like that exist on YouTube. They have their own wrestling. They use the video game. They create your own championship. It's so crazy now how much wrestling exists because of that one thing. It's just kind of interesting. Oh man, but okay, let me switch gears back to why we're here in the first place because we'll go on for hours. Oh my god. My dad told me Santa Claus was fake at 3 because he didn't want him getting all the credit for the presents. Oh man, I've got a pre-order, Andy lad. Oh my god. Yo, I got Peacock. I actually know I have my coworkers Peacock. I'll watch it. I'll watch the replay later. I'm not waking up 5:30 in the morning. I think I gotta be at work at 5 in the morning. No way. Like, nah, it's okay. I'll probably watch it during truck or something. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. But yeah. Hold on. Da, da, yeah, so if you can't see, you have to like press it and scroll down, but just be careful you don't swipe it by accident. That happens a lot. I remember one time I went live, I forgot who, I think it was going live with Voices in Power, and I accidentally swiped off. I was like, oh, whoops, like, then I had to wait for my turn again. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've several times.
Yeah, so for everyone that's just, joining in, again, we're just doing our thing. We're celebrating and stuff like that. Tierrah, Nicole. So come on, let me have another piece. You gotta give us another piece right now. The people want to
I
know.
can. Yes. Okay, so now y'all know I'm a wrestling fan. I am going to do a oldie but goodie. This is my favorite poem, and it's called Vigilante.
Okay.
I want you to marvel at my DC, which stands for the divine change that I made, because I changed drastically, like the Flash, just before he runs head first into the fray. I came a long way from those depressing days and darkest feelings because I used to have major mood swings. And my thoughts would go from place to place like how Spider-Man does when he swings from building to building. I was down bad. I felt like a Harley Quinn hiding behind that Joker smile. And there was no warmth behind my eyes. I was as cold as ice like Mr. Freeze, hiding in my bat cave, that emotional poison ivy, not realizing that I was a scarecrow to my own nightmares. Me tackling my trauma and admitting that I needed help was one of my biggest fears. My mind was full of daunting questions like the Riddler, waddling like the penguin aimlessly in the dark. Eventually, I had to find that live wire to give me that spark. And once I found purpose, I got back on my feet. So like Catwoman, I clawed my way out, and like Superman, I had to jump through leaps and bounds to get out of that fortress of solitude. So tell me, can you feel the heat of this vision? You see, I'm claiming every part of me, my light and my dark, and no, I'm not two-faced bitch, but more of a firestorm, changing things at a molecular level, getting down to the root of it because I'm a poetic alchemist, speaking and breathing life into my goals, and manipulating my reality into what I see fit. And yeah, I got them stones to do it, no Thanos, just my spirit guides. It took me a while to get to this state of mind, wonder where this woman lies, not realizing that this girl was super this whole time.
Let's go. Let's go. Back piece. Back piece. Oh my god. Yeah, hold on, because people, it seems like people are having issues with the comments. Yeah, no, no, you're fine. If it's not, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see everybody's comments perfectly fine, so I don't know what the deal is. I'm sorry. Yeah, I would just reset. Oh my god, I would just reinstall the app or update the app. But that's weird. But I see everybody fine. But anyway, yeah, I love that, Tierrah. Come on, give me the backstory. This is wow, I love that. No Thanos. I love that.
Thank you. So the backstory to that is I am a Marvel and a DC fan. I grew up watching the cartoons, sitting. This is the only time that I didn't mind getting up early. Saturday morning cartoons, come on.
Yeah.
Have me a big old bowl of cereal, I either watch WB or I watch Fox Kids, and I would just sit there from like 8 to like 12
Mm,
and watch
mm.
Marvel and DC. It was just absolutely amazing. So I basically just took something from my childhood and I incorporated it into something that I still have to this day, which is basically taking two things that I love and just making magic.
Wow. Man, you brought it back for me too, though, because you said WB. Like, I grew up with that too. I remember the WB, the Batman Superman Adventures, Animaniacs. Like, you really, really brought it. Yo, yeah, X-Men
Yes.
all day. Yeah, word, X-Men all day. You're probably gonna laugh, but I used to watch like during the week, Sailor Moon used to come on. Hey, don't judge me.
I'm an anime fanatic too. Yes, Toonami, let's go.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying. I feel like young kids today would not understand that, man. Come on, especially on Friday. Was it TGIF, man? All these shows back. They don't understand.
they do not. Me and my brothers, oh my God, me and my middle brother, we used to fight over the TV because like, of course, I love music too. So around that time, 6 o'clock, it was 106 in Park. But I'm like, hold on, Toonami's still on. Like, they saved Dragon Ball Z for last. Like, it either came on like
Mm,
5:36 or 6:30 or something. I was just like,
yes.
I gotta see Dragon Ball Z. Like, I need to see how they gonna get Frieza. Like, come on, man, who is this? Like. We used to literally
Yo,
like fight over the remote. Like I wanted to
yes.
see what this apart, but I'm like, I kind of want to see how this shit gonna end too.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yo, you know what's crazy? You know what I used to do too, because there was a VCR in the living room, so we had a videotape. So let's say if I couldn't watch the show, this is before DVR. Guys, if you're not sure, if you don't know what I'm about to say, you're gonna be like, oh wait, what? This is before DVRs were DVRs. So back then, if you wanted to record a certain show, you had to make sure the time on your VCR was good, and you had to put program. That's what it was called, and it will automatically record from a certain time to a certain time, and it record on the videotape. If for all the young kids out there, you don't know about that, but that's the original DVR before it was called DVR.
Yes, yes. And then the
Yeah,
tapes, the VHS. Oh my God, there was no. It'll automatically start from the beginning. No, you had to sit there and press rewind for the tape to go back and just
yes, yes. Yo, oh my God, I love this. This is so great. My goodness.
It is. I do have to
Mm.
give a special shout out to Just Star too, because she actually had a Wonder Woman line in one of her poems, and that also helped inspire this piece too. Like she really, like, some people call me the reference queen, but after hearing like Just Star like on these platforms, like she's the first person I ever heard incorporate a DC line, and she's the first person I ever heard incorporate music into her poetry. And I'm like, that is fucking genius. So I just took it and I ran with it. And now like reference poems is like that's my shit now. I love it. So shout out to Just Star for that.
Yeah, just Star man when she does her poetry, it's like, oh snap, yeah, because she's really good with her words, and I love the fact that she's inspired you to like as reference to keep doing what you're doing. I love that. Oh man, wow, my bad. I'm just trying to. Whew, you know what it is? I'm like sweating right now because I'm like, oh my God. So about yeah. Flores, you are right. PoetryGasm is, yeah, it's one hell of a drug. I will say that. Yo, I have a show called PoetryGasm Live every Thursday, every other Thursday with Rosie. But yeah, Just Star is very inspirational. Yes, I agree. Umbrella Academy, X-Men. I never seen. I vaguely remember Umbrella Academy as far as X-Men. I vaguely remember that. I vaguely remember
Oh,
that, but I remember the original X-Men. I do miss the original X-Men. The thing is, they don't draw animated shows like that anymore, like they used to.
everything is computer generated now.
Yeah, AI, all that craziness. Ah, man, I know what we're watching when you come over. Oh yeah, because I'm staying at Florence's house when I go to PA, so like they have like a guest room and stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, we definitely gotta watch that. Power Rangers, all that shit.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
Yeah,
yes. Every girl wanted to be the pink one, and every guy wanted to be the red.
yes, yes.
Oh my
You know what's
god!
crazy? I remember the Black Ranger had a missing finger too. Like that was another thing too. I don't know if you know about that, the missing finger.
Oh, the missing. You said the missing finger.
Yeah, yeah. So in real life, he had a missing finger, the Black Ranger. So no one really noticed it, but he had talked
Oh,
about it in the interview. Yeah. So if you Google it, yeah, just say Black Ranger finger, and yeah, he actually. I think he's missing the what do you call this finger? Not the middle finger, but this finger. He's missing that finger.
the ring finger.
Yeah.
I can't see you, so I'm guessing right now.
Hey, oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Yeah, my bad. I keep forgetting you can't see me. Okay, wait, when you guys jump in, can you guys see us both, or let me know in the comments below. And yeah, Bonita knows what I'm talking about. I used to love watching Magnum PI. They used to
Mm.
broadcast. Yeah, I was there when I was a kid. I fell in love with Thomas. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Wait. I'm a little off track here with the comments. Oh God, it's so fun. So
This is definitely a fun interview.
yes, yes, yeah. Because now everybody's talking about Vampire Diaries, and I'm just like, oh damn. Okay.
I finally got my husband to start watching that because at first I don't want to watch that shit. Now he's on like season 6. I was like, told you it was good.
Oh my God. Whew. All right. All right. Let's switch back to gears here because we're all over the place, but I love this authenticness behind it. So it's
Right?
okay. So as far as your poetry, because this is good. So as far as not what you say, but how you say, like the delivery, was that something that you always felt like was that something you practiced? Did it just naturally does it just naturally just happen that way? Like how does that delivery aspect when you're doing whether you're reciting the piece as opposed to reading the piece off the paper, do you see the difference? If there is a difference, like how did that look like for you?
Ooh, that is a great question. Okay. So I did when I first started, it was reading. Because I was so shy, so I was kind of hiding behind it.
Okay.
But what got me out of that is when I started, because I don't want people to just hear what I'm saying. I want people to feel what I'm saying. So when I did Mask Off, half the people in the room didn't even watch wrestling, but they came up to me and was like, "Oh, I felt that shit. Like I felt that." And what really helped me with my delivery, I watch open mics like on YouTube, like right about now poetry and Voices in Power.
Mm.
And I also watch. I grew up watching Deaf Poetry Jam.
Mm.
So like Tommy
Mm.
Bottoms and Black Ice. Like I used to watch them growing up, and then I watch battle raps too, and how they put all their energy into their poem. I was like, that's how I want to get up on stage, and so that's what really
Mm.
helps me too.
I love that. I love that. So, so when you talk about now, like let's say memorization and then reading off the paper, right? Like, I guess my next question is, what do you prefer as far as Tierrah Nicole? What does that look like? How does that elaborate for you in a sense where do you prefer not to read off the paper anymore? Is it like do you like when you memorize it? Like how does the process looks like in memorizing that? Or that some people that memorize the piece, but then they'll have the thing as reference. Like how does that look like for you?
So, going from page to stage, I record myself. I
Mm,
practice in the mirror. I practice in front of the family. And I don't mind going up there with my phone and reading it off just until the repetition. It helps with my memorization. I just know once I do memorize it, that way I can take the energy that I use to scroll and put it more into the actual poem, and I can use the hand gestures and the attitude and the rah, you know what I mean?
mm,
So that's how that
mm.
goes.
See, okay, because I love that because that's different. Okay, because I never thought about the whole recording myself and then like I'll like say it to myself out loud, but it's true what you
Mhm.
said. I think when you record yourself and then you hear it more, like it's like when you hear a song for the first time, the more times you hear it, the more you hear like the lyrics. Oh, I remember the lyrics now because I heard it so many times. So I'm thinking in that same way of music, that's the same way you do that. Here's my thing: is it hard to memorize all your pieces? Like, 'cause I always wonder, like, let's say all these, whether it's a rapper, a singer, whatever, right? They have
Mm-hmm.
so many albums, so many fucking songs that they play, they perform. Like, how do you memorize all that stuff without messing? Like, how does that look like? And I always wonder, so for you, like, how does that look like for you?
So for me, the longest piece that I memorized was Mask Off, and that took me a while. But how I look at the screen, it's like I take like a photo in my mind. So when
Mm,
I get on stage, I close my eyes, and this computer screen that I have in front of me is actually in my head, and I'm just literally scrolling up in
mm,
my mind,
mm,
and that's how it looks for me. This computer
mm.
screen is in my
Like,
mind.
is it Iron Man? I think I'm thinking about when he sees a thing, he sees that story. It is Iron Man. Is it Iron Man?
I think so. Just
Yeah, because I know some of his when I think it's Iron Man where I think on his chest he couldn't see like his computer stuff. But I think it's Iron Man. Please, somebody correct me on this one. But I know, or is it Batman? I'm thinking about. But there is one that they can see. It's like a hologram, and you could view like computer shit on the screen. I think it's Iron Man. But
I
that's
think it is
that's what I'm
Iron
thinking
Man.
about. Actually, the best way to describe that is Star Wars when I don't know if you ever seen the very first Star Wars movie when R2D2 put the video on and then you see Princess Leia or whatever. So I'm thinking about it like that too. I don't know if you ever seen Star Wars.
I seen the very first one like a long time ago, but it's like a little hologram. Yeah, that's basically how it is in my mind.
No, I got you,
I'm just picturing
got you
the computer screen.
for real. All right, so come on, give me another more. Give us another more piece, cause I'm like having the time of my life here to PoetryGasm. This is so, you know how they say coke is one hell of a drug, PoetryGasm is one hell of a drug.
Yes, yes, it is. Okay, so this next piece I'm gonna do, it is definitely another oldie but goodie. Let me see. Oh, where is it? This one was also inspired by Just Star because she did a poem that had like Mary J. Blige references in it. So, let's see. I'm sorry. My computer was acting up. Give me 1 second.
That's all good. It's all good. So while you're getting ready, I'll just like let everybody know if you're just jumping in. We're having an interview with Tierrah and Nicole. If in case you didn't know, if you didn't hear what we said earlier, Tierrah backwards is spelled Harriet. It's her grandmother's name, which was a fun fact. One of those Easter eggs that we just find out today. So that's phenomenal. I didn't even realize that spelled Harriet backwards. Like that. That is wow. And then
Yeah. Little
we was talking
acting.
about wrestling. We was talking about where she got the references from and how her husband did the whole. I mean, you can't see me, but the people on the screen I think can see me. She had everything on a piece of paper. Okay, 40 references, but you said 52, and then you did this whole poem based on that. I love that so much, and you are getting like all these praises, Tierrah. I gotta say, yeah, a genius at work. That's why she's so good at metaphors. Sincerely yours, 86 says she wants to do a collab with you. Um,
I'm sorry. Hell yes. Hell yes.
and then everyone was talking about yeah, two of the best from East Coast. Yeah. So I'm just reading the comments real quick. So thank you so much for everyone that's joining us. So go ahead. So are you ready yet or no?
I am. Let's see. So this is an oldie but goodie too. After I heard Just Star with the Mary J. Blige references, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta incorporate that. So this is an oldie but goodie. It's called Release. I live here, you might as well get used to me. I took control, altered my story, and deleted the negative energy that was taking a hold of me and tapped into my spirituality. And you want to know who's responsible for this glow up? God is. And like the famous words of DJ Khaled, I'm so grateful because God did. God took over and delivered me from my dark, wild thoughts because I was on one. No new friends. I separated myself from everybody else and chose to be secluded. And I would just curl up in bed. Plus, I stayed getting fucked up on a daily basis, taking shots to the head. And my emotions were taking over and damn near drove me over the edge. They didn't want to see me win, but I got on my knees and put my hands in the air, prayed to elevate. So you haters that want to remain stagnant, y'all can stay there. As for me, I'm moving forward. So thankful to be alive, and I'm counting my blessings, giving glory to God, because I was my own worst enemy and it held me down. So poetry was very instrumental in me finding my sound. And again, since I live here, you might as well get used to it respectfully, because can't nobody tell my story better than me release. I release all negative entities from around me and anything else that tries to deter me from the path I seek. I thank God for everything, especially for this poetry community, because it's a family affair. And I don't know what I'd do or be without you, because I was able to share my world and write what's about the 411 on my life. It's a sweet thing, because God, I am your child. I tried to be the tough guy and told myself that I'm not going to cry and there's going to be no more drama in my life. But I learned to accept myself that even though I still have my rainy days and sleepless nights, you'll be insane if you think I'm going down without a fight. I figured out ways to be happy after feeling so weak, because I persevered, and I'm still able to find the strength to wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say, good morning, gorgeous. I can love you better, because this is real love. God, you remind me that this love has no limits, and I can take on anything that this world has to throw at me, because I have the power inside, so I don't mind. I'll be just fine. God's love is all I need, and since I live here, y'all might as well get used to me. So do yourself a favor. Sit back, breathe, release. Because this is my life, my story, and God's plan. Accept the fact that this is me and take me as I am.
Let's go. It's like I always say, the devil's always beneath our feet. Let's go. Like, yo. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. I see a lot of fire emojis, like insane. Yeah, I saw God in you, I swear. Yeah, Harmeen, yeah, right? Bro. Mm,
I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support.
mm,
It means everything to me.
yeah. Oh my God. Hold on.
And
I gotta absorb this because this is like, holy shit. Wow.
yeah, the PoetryGasm's over there.
Yes. Mm, mm, mm. Talk about declaration. What? Yo, come on, man. Yo, things that the things that the devil not messing with you. They ain't touching you. No way. That's anointing right there. What? Come on. Woo.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, Tierrah, thank you so much for doing this interview and just inspiring. Oh my God. I feel like my phone, like my phone, like I'm literally touching my phone and it's like burning up. So I hope it does not shut off on me because of this, yo. Oh my God. But oh, thank you. Yeah, you broke Andy. Yes, yes, yeah. You pretty much broke me. Like, holy shit. Your work is so inspiring. Yes, I definitely agree. Definitely agree. Oh my God. Yo, when I
Thank
start doing my shows again, I gotta get you over here, man. I gotta get you to the New Jersey because this is like, yo, they need to know who you are. Oh my God. Whew. Okay.
you.
Okay.
Let's
Time to hold
go.
it together
Yes.
here. Time
My
to hold it
poems are
together.
my testimonies. That's how I look
Yes. And that's
at
what I
it.
love about that. And I feel like that's how it is too. I love that raw emotion. Especially with my even with my piece too, I'm very transparent. Like I'm not afraid of to admit vulnerability because I think what it is too, we live in a time where everybody wants to put on these masks and stuff like that, like right, but the mask, pun intended, comes off, right? The mask eventually falls off, and you see the real thing, right? I know for me, I always say this: if you have to remind me that you're a good person, or you have to remind me, hey, I'm a true friend, then I'm kind of gonna question that because you shouldn't have to remind me.
Hmm.
I'll think for myself, and we leave it at that. And I say, you know what, I'll let God deal with you, And with that being said, it's like no, see, I see past the bullshit, and this is why no, I'm gonna keep my eyes off the real prize. Like, oh man, a preacher said one time, the devil's always beneath your feet, but once he sees you eye to eye, you got your perspective all wrong. And I love that because you're declaring that no, the devil's always beneath my feet. Bible tells me so. My Lord and Savior tells me so, and my testimony tells me so. And I really, really love that so much. Uh, yeah, I definitely agree. Good people don't have to announce it; they just are. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one.
Exactly. You can
Oh
just feel
my
it, you
God.
know?
Yeah, yeah. I felt that fire in me. Like, holy shit. Like, whoever's listening to this, whether it's the replay, whatever the case is, I know there's gonna be some declaration for them. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I do the stories. This is why I do the interviews, because we don't know who needs to hear these stories. We don't know who needs to hear that. And for all you know, somebody might be going through a tough time right now, and all of a sudden they hear this. It's like, ooh, okay, wait, I need to hear this. So, amen to that. Ooh, I think I rambled up a little bit there, but we are towards the end, and I always ask this question for everybody. And I want, in your eyes, in your opinion, how does this look like for you? So, when you're not here anymore, they hear Tierrah, Nicole. We're not here anymore. We're eating at the Lord's table. What do you want people to remember you by? When they hear Tierrah, Nicole, what do you want that to look like for you?
I want, I would love someone to say, hey, Tierra's poetry saved my life because she let me know that I'm not the only one out here suffering.
Mm,
And it's okay. It's okay not to be okay.
mm,
That's what I want.
wow. Wow. Ah, I love that. I love that. Mm. Whew, no, no, I mean, you can't see me, but when you see the replay, you'll see my heart's kind of like throbbing right now, but in a good way, in a good way. It's just like, oh my God. I knew this interview was gonna be amazing and powerful, but this is even more powerful than I imagined, because this is real life. This is really how it is, and it's like I love I love this. Thank you for this, because I felt like I needed this interview as well. Um, it's like I said, no, it's not like I said. Like I always say, we need each other, more than we can ever imagine. They say, they talk about church, but we are the church. This, what we have right now, this is fellowship, this is breaking bread, this is church right here. And this is the way it should be. And even though it's not, but I think we could be that light in that dark life that we live. If we could continue doing this, I think people could really see who God really is, and not what society says it is, but what they see through us. And I love that. Tierrah, thank you so much for that. So before we end this live, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you got going on? Any shows? Let me know.
Yes. So this Saturday, I have my very first feature of the year here in Jacksonville, Florida. And then my beautiful co-host, we have Cypher Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So those are the couple things that I got going on.
Awesome. And Vonita wants to know, who is your favorite Salvatore brother? LOL.
I'm sorry. I'm Team Damon. I am. I know he could be an asshole sometimes, but I love it.
Oh
I'm Team
my,
Damon.
oh my God, that's wow. You know what, Florence? I think this could be a topic for our, not this Friday, but whatever the next Friday we go live for Unraveled Conversations. This should be a topic, and she's like yes, and yeah. Florence said Damon, yeah, as well. Yeah, she's going crazy right now. But yeah. Tierrah, thank you so much. So it's
Well,
it's at what time is Cypher Sunday, so people could know?
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
Eastern
on Sundays.
Standard Time. Yes, there you go.
Hmm.
You heard it. So thank you so much, Tierrah. I really appreciate you. This was and I definitely agree with Bonita when she said, yeah, this was we all needed this interview because this interview was definitely needed. I needed this interview specifically. I really feel like God really spoke to me through you. I really feel like He gave me this vision of what's next for my life. So thank you so much for that. And yeah.